Hey everyone, I'm Mike Adele with my friend and filmmaker Jordan Clark. We're just talking about some behind the scenes moments from the music video we filmed for my song Hello Universe. We filmed it in Morocco. We filmed this music video in March 2020, right as the COVID-19 pandemic kind of was hitting the whole world. So when we finished filming the music video, I took that boombox, put it in my suitcase. I went home to Seattle, and I remember just these lineups in the airport, and this kind of little French lady sold me some macaroons in the Paris airport, and she was telling me how the borders were going to be closed tomorrow, and I didn't even know. But I made it home safe and sound. Jordan, on the other hand, and the rest of the crew, they were in the Sahara Desert, I think, when all this was going down. So Jordan, how'd you guys make it out of Morocco?
Yeah. So basically, we were actually off camping out in the Sahara Desert. We were with a group of us, and so we had no contact with the internet or with whatever the outside world. So when we got back, basically, this was like when shit was hitting the fan, and it seemed like the whole world was falling apart. Borders were closing, flights were being canceled, and it felt like super real at that moment. We're like, we might be actually stuck here for a while, right?
Canadian travelers should return to Canada via commercial means while it is still possible to do so.
Commercial means.
If you're abroad.
So they don't want to charter planes yet.
So basically, the main thing that I got though was that the airlines are notifying people 6 hours before the flight that it's canceled, instead of doing it a couple days before. What our taxi driver did say today was that they've shut down the airports indefinitely.
Not indefinitely. He did not say indefinitely.
What does indefinitely mean?
Forever.
Oh, no. Just like until further notice. Until further notice. Sorry, I meant until further notice. Until further notice, they've shut down the airports.
Yeah.
Currently, the best option to return to Canada is through a third country offering a commercial flight. A limited number of flights to Europe from multiple cities continues to be posted online. Seats for these flights are booked really quickly.
The Moroccan government has also announced that all international flights will be suspended on Thursday, March 19th until further notice.
Morocco, I mean, their hygiene is a little bit different there. They kind of have a different, it's a lot tighter of a community. There's people everywhere. We're like, if this thing hits here, it's just going to spread, right? And we won't be able to get out. And they're going to care more about their people than they will about tourists. So we were kind of shitting our pants at that point. So what we ended up doing is we ended up going to the city that we were flying out of, and we got a Riad, which is kind of like a Moroccan house thing. And we just locked all the doors, shut the windows, and we just camped out there for, a few days until our flight was supposed to leave.
Very good. Thank you, my brother.
Hopefully the flights are still flying so we can get out of here ASAP.
I have made multiple calls to the embassies, every embassy we have, the Canadian embassy in Morocco, the Canadian embassy in the UK, the British embassy in Morocco, the visa office in the UK, and nobody knows what's going on. They have no idea.
You heard it yourselves, folks. Things are getting legit, but the fortress we have is pretty secure. I don't think anyone's getting in. We have the keys. Okay, let's go talk to Jerry about what he's thinking. We're in good hands with Jerry. He's always up to date with what's going on with the headlines, the Twitter. He's helping us figure out what's going on. Jerry, what's our status?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, we're surrounded by some sketchy people who have weird access to our Airbnb. But we've locked them out. We've told them no breakfast, no wife coming in at 7 a.m. And we're just going to tighten our doors, stay safe, and try to get on a flight. We'll see what happens.
It was pretty crazy, actually. The guy kept wanting to give us breakfast, but it would mean not locking the front door and letting his wife in at 7 a.m. And none of us are getting up at 7 a.m. to let his wife in. So that would mean having the door open all night.
I bite my nails because I'm stressed out. It's due to subconscious anxiety. But there's one thing that gives me even more anxiety and stress. And that is getting home. And that is, I can't do that if I get COVID-19. So I will not be biting my nails until this epidemic is over. But I'd love to. because it would alleviate my stress.
On a low scale, I like seeing how like this small group of people is dealing with this panic.
Yeah. I've liked filming it.
It's fun. No, it's totally.
I want to get a shot. Can I just last thing and then I want to get a shot of everyone doing a big group hug up there during sunset.
Jerry and I have the worst sense of humor.
The last night in Tokyo, what do you think? The last night in Tokyo.
A lot different. Tokyo after the apocalypse.
This is a Tokified
Morocco.
I don't think I'm gonna last in this group up, to be honest. No.
Yeah, we're actually on the last flight out of this city to London, and then from London we're going to Toronto.
She's great. Get those hips moving.
I remember actually even one day we're like, okay, well, we're gonna need masks, right? Because that it seemed like that was the only way to kind of protect yourself at the time, and we had to like find a guy on the street because all the masks were sold out everywhere, and it was almost like doing a drug deal. Like he met up with his guy, and they drove them over. So at this point, we're hearing that flights are being canceled. Morocco had shut down during the day, so no shops were open, nothing, right? And the airport had we heard from other tourists, there's just police all over the place. There was no one was going in or out, and we were just like literally just like, what are we gonna do? So the day that our flight's supposed to leave, we ended up going there like 6 hours ahead of when our scheduled flight, and it was through Ryanair, and they were actually, I think, the only flight leaving, and there were people like lining up to try and get tickets on this flight to leave the country, but we had already bought our tickets. This is our original flight, so we show up, and fortunately, I think our flight was one of the last flights to leave, and we got on the flight. We got to the UK, and we got out of there.
Okay, wait. No.
14 Canadians stuck in Morocco. We're in Morocco right now. Well, we're not stuck. So that's good.
We're waiting for a flight. Seems like we're gonna make it. Right, Char?
Looks like we're gonna make it, yeah.
Alright,
We made it! This flight is a rescue flight for some of you trying to go back to England. So it was very fast. We're there from this country, completion final stop and the flight.
We did shoot a music video in Morocco, and we live to tell about it.
We did. We got the footage out of there, and it was great. Oh, really?
I know, it's a heavy lunch.
We could, we could bring all the pillows around the pool and have a good music listening party and just like lays out and pretend we're on vacation.
Yeah.
Just to pretend we're on vacation right now.
Let's do it.
Right?
I'm down.
I bet you could get Corona so quickly if you did that. You could get Corona in one day easy, I'm sure.
What you do, you make a Corona catcher, right? You get like a big sail, out of newspaper or whatever, and you just go around the whole thing with blankets, just catching all the things, and then you bring it back, and then you just lick the entire,
That's right.
What are you looking at right now?
He's just pressing his little Pokemon hand.
Are you?
He's looking around.
Have you seen one Pokemon here?
There actually has been really good ones. This is the first time on the trip there's good Pokemon, I don't know. I think they're just doing like a really good thing, like releasing really good Pokemon and doing like all this stuff because
people are sad?
Huh?
To get people to go outside and
No, they've changed the whole system of the game.
Christian, if there was like a rare Pokemon, like a very rare one, and it was just 5-10 minutes outside, would you risk it?
I think I would.
That's a real answer.
Our trip was like What are you gonna do in London? Have you seen the guy who has the world's biggest penis getting checked at the airport?
No.
You can see it. It's so funny. Said he gave me a pat down, but made sure to go red. But there is one. Maybe it's not this guy's penis. It's a guy. So awkward after. How do you think I could find it? Should I go on YouTube? It probably wouldn't be on there anymore.
Probably.
Right? Big penis going through. Should I say customs? No.
Yeah, or airport.
Okay.
Drop the ball, Christian. Spurs.
What?
You like this guy?
Just what comes up, you know?
Alright. When the flight lands in Vancouver, there'll be a load off my chest.
What about just getting on the
A
flight?
load on your chest? You said there's gonna be a load on your chest?
Load off. It was already on there.
What about just getting, like, what about when you're on the flight?
I think I'll be happy. But once it lands.
That's the.
Because I could be on the plane just like listening to coughing, not sleeping, being stressed.
Yeah.
All the whole way back or whatever's going on.
Do we not have a bag for this garbage?
Maybe I'll even feel like a tickle of something and I'll cough on the plane and I'll be, you know?
You're the.
When we were eating lunch one day, I had to sneeze and I tried to hold it in, which made it even more powerful. And it came off, and the guy serving me, you could tell he was taken aback, super worried, and just, he made jokes, but I don't even know if he was really trying to be that funny. He was also concerned. So I bite my nails, but there used to be 0 white. That white part was non-existent. And due to COVID-19, I stopped biting my nails. I bite my nails because the same reason every single person in the entire world bites their nails. Because I enjoy it. And they taste good.
No, great. Oh, such a